Oh baby, this is gonna be great. There's like at least 3 animals in this center log, so we're actually upping the fanciness of the dish. No, don't come split apart. Oh yeah, baby. All right, here's our selection that we're gonna be working with today. Want a spread? I'm gonna give you a guess on how much all this costs, but we'll get to that later. Let's see what we got here. Let's go over what the premise today is. My challenge for today is to make an entire meal, a fancy meal. So, specifically a beef Wellington, or a Wellington, we'll say, without using anything that wasn't purchased at a 7-Eleven. Specifically, not even a 7-Eleven. We're going more generic gas station fare here, because an additional limit here is that we're not gonna use anything that you cannot, that like any of the hot food. No taquitos, no like hot dogs on the roller, no chicken wings. None of that was allowed here. None of that was allowed at all. It was only stuff that you could find pre-packaged. So this is we're gonna attempt to make an upscale meal using gas station food. POV, your bitch ex-wife is finally letting you see the kids, but she only told you about it with like a few hours to spare. You live in the mountains, and the nearest Walmart is a 90-minute drive away. And the only other close by grocery store was a Dollar General, but they put a sign of that politician you didn't like out in front of them like a few years ago, so you're not giving them a damn cent of your business. You gotta now make an impressive, fancy meal using only stuff that you could purchase at the 7-Eleven. That's your premise. Now we begin the challenge. You get everything that you get in your kitchen, right? So we have pots and pans and all the like kitchen gadgets, you know, that you would have. But we can't use any food. We have like a handful of spices in the cabinet. You know, we got some salt and pepper, maybe like some oregano or shit. But like, you know, this is like bachelor living. Your wife left you years ago. You don't do a whole lot of home cooking, so you don't have a whole lot of stuff. Most of what we use today has to be, pretty much everything important has to be from the 7-Eleven. There's very little that you can use that isn't. Maybe like a few like minor items. Now on the hands of meats, we would need a beef tenderloin, and we would need prosciutto. So for prosciutto, as an analog, I got these cheese sticks with salami wrapped around them. This gives us mozzarella, which could be a tasty topping to this, and some nice flat preserved meats. We have, for general meats, we got these Big Mama pickled sausages. We got these boys here. It's like a big red hot dog that tastes like vinegar. This should be an excellent meat component to our center meat log. And then we have some genuine beef. This is a big Jack Link's beef steak dehydrated jerky. We have some more, I thought these were beef sticks when I bought them. They're these duos. Turns out they're actually chicken. It's ranch flavored and buffalo style. We got these Vienna sausages. I used to eat this shit out the can when I was like, I don't know, 9 years old. We got this pepperoni stick. I figured there was some other stuff we could make in addition to the main course, but we'll go off just basically how much time it's taken us. Here's our other salami and cheese. I think that's all the meat we got. So here, meats. Oh no, wait, there's one more. And I bought these White Castle sliders because White Castle is maybe one of the most truly deserved F-tier fast food establishments in existence. And I couldn't think of anything that would be more delightfully nasty than a White Castle frozen slider. The White Castle burgers are actually gonna be doing some heavy lifting. One is that we need to make a puff pastry. Now, by divine inference, they had plain butter at the 7-Eleven. Dude, they had fucking Squid Game beef jerky. I don't know what they were cooking when they came up with this, like, crossover, but I knew I had to get it, dude. I knew I had to do it to them. And then, the burgers also, the thing with White Castle is it's the worst patty imaginable, but it's covered in onions. And I think we can mince up the beef and the onions to get close to the taste of the mushroom pate that goes on the outside of the Wellington. So you can see here, just in this alone, this is our beef Wellington game plan, I think. Umami Zing, he says, we need to prep these White Castles. Namely, because I think to return the buns into powder, we need to dry them out first. And I might need to put them in the toaster oven. Alright. Fun, easy to heat, fun to eat. Yeah, baby. The thing, they fucking sealed it into the side of the bag, so it just ripped open. Alright. These look excellent. They come in 2 packs. Are we deep frying the sliders? I wasn't planning on deep frying them. Alright. I'm gonna... No! No, my bun! It's okay. 5-second rule. I got it. Let's defrost these real fast. Once those are defrosted, we can start ripping the buns up, put them in the toaster oven to get them dried out and croutons so I can grind them into a fine dust. There's Asian 7-Eleven and American 7-Eleven. Yes, people like to coom themselves over 7-Eleven Japan. Oh, the Japanese one is so much better. Guys, they have onigiri. It's the greatest thing ever conceived. It's a ball of rice with shit in the middle. Oh! All right, hang on a second. These buns, well, hang on. These are still partially frozen. They really said 20 minutes. This shit's still, like, hard to do. Sorry, 20 seconds. I think if you put these in for 20 minutes, you would take the plate out and it would have nothing on it. And even their quick grab stuff is, like, pretty good quality. All right, here's our patties. These are important. All right, the buns are, like, soaked through with burger juice. But, yeah, you know, it's just gonna make the puff pastry taste a little more... Dude, they're so fucking soggy. All right, I'm gonna mince this into a fine paste so I can spread it all over my center Wellington. Oh, hang on. You know what also? This butter needs to be hard. We need to add... There needs to be, like, butter added to this or something. This shit is dry. I don't know what I expected. It's a fucking White Castle burger. Of course it's dry. All right, hang on. The buns. Ow! Fuck, it's hot. ASMR crunching White Castle buns. Alright, give me a second. This is gonna form, this is gonna be our dough. This is gonna be what makes our dough. Do any of you guys want to guess what this cost? $30, $36, $38, $45, $57, $60, $42, at least $40. Has to be over $50, $50, $75, $53, $60, $43. None of you are close. You're kind of missing the exact, like, range. And it's kind of funny, because people are either under or overshooting it. This haul costs $74. Which, the most insane thing about that is that for $74, I could have bought a 2-pound cut of beef tenderloin, butter, flour, mushrooms, beef broth, and made a real beef Wellington for less than the cost of this bullshit. But, you know, that goes against the ethos that we're doing here. I would show you the receipt, except they didn't give me one. I was hoping to show it off, but they literally just didn't give me a receipt. Let's see how powdered we can get this. Let's move the camera over here. Don't begrudge me for my messy stove. I don't want to fucking hear it. We have our minced White Castle burgers here, because I forgot, this has to cool. So I actually kind of want to get this before we do the puff pastry. Even though the puff pastry is a little bit of a harder ask. Let's get some butter. There we go. You're not ready for the fucking meat log that we're gonna have to concoct here in a bit, dude. Honestly, I don't think it needs cooked any more than this. I think I'm gonna destroy the onion. You should do a meat pie using only animals bought at the pet store. People would actually fucking revolt, dog. That's a crazy suggestion. People would actually want to string me up in the town square for that. Here, we're making a rough puff. Oh, this isn't a real puff pastry. You're not pounding the butter into a fucking brick and then... Listen here, buddy. I'm also using White Castle buns, okay? We're gonna get... This is gonna give us what is hopefully close enough. I just realized that I forgot to put the blade in. Alright, I don't want to overwork it. The butter will get too soft and start incorporating with the flour. So, let's get this into a cube and then get this shit in the fridge. I feel like the butter ratio is maybe a little high. This is gonna be a butter drench. We're trying to patch out the fact that this is gonna be shitty in every way imaginable. This shit's gonna be like a cholesterol nuke. Oh no, bro, my doctor's gonna kill me for this one. Hang on, let's try the Squid Game meat. Squid Game getting like all these big corporate tie-ins and shit is like it's some fucking irony for sure. Hang on a second. Interesting. Oh, it's a little spicy. Oh no, it's got a bit of a kick. It's not like hot or anything. Let's try some of our stuff. We got our Big Mama sausage. Pickled? Yeah, they taste like vinegar. Hang on. Yeah, that tastes like a vinegar hot dog. I think our center log of meat needs to contain at least one of these sausages. Do you just eat them like that? Yeah. You just take a bite out of them right out the bag. Here, I want to try it. I haven't had one of these in years. Ew. Ew. That's horrible. That's fucking awful. All right. You know what? I was gonna put both in this, but I don't think we should. That is actually fucking horrible. That's worse than a Slim Jim. From the makers of Pinrose. Best of used by August 20th, 2025? That shit expired 2 days ago. How long does it take cured meat to expire? It's August, not April? Oh, it's August 20th. Never mind, we're still in date. It just tastes like shit. Now these Vienna sausages, I've eaten these a lot when I was a kid, but I haven't had one in maybe 20 years. I don't think they're gonna hold up quite as well as they do in my memory, because I remember they looked kind of gross back then. Yeah, baby, they're still kind of gross now. It's basically a spam log for anyone who's curious, which means, you know, if you saw a Japanese person eating them on TikTok, you'd start fucking glazing the hell out of them. They look kind of like, well, you can fill in what they look like. Here, I'm thinking these could be a decent amount of the center log, though. I think Vienna sausages making up a decent amount of the center log. We're doing like turducken strats here, okay? You know, we're not fucking amateur hour. We're filling out a whole damn, like, cornucopia of bad meat. Let's, see, what other meat we got? We got this jerky. This needs to be rehydrated. I think if we rehydrate this is gonna be, like, the best flavor in the meat log. Because look at these guys here. How do you rehydrate it, you may ask? Well, you see, my friend, you put it in a skillet and you simmer it with water or broth. And since we don't have broth, we're gonna do it with water. Use the sausage water? You're actually right. The murky sausage water might be what we need for this. Little bit of real water. Fill it out with some sausage water. Sausage water has salt. It has the sodium that plants crave. This is how we're gonna rehydrate this. Also, I am not even just freeballing this. I looked this up. Why does the water look like cum? Because I added the slimy Vienna sausage water to it. Also, I'll have you know, the article I saw about rehydrating jerky, it was not from like a chef, it was from like a prepper. It was like prepper's source, how to rehydrate your jerky to make different stuff you may need in an apocalyptic scenario. Like, I'm not saying that makes it less credible. I'm just saying that I don't think a chef recommended this method. Every time. What fell in the stove? Hang on a second. Get him out. We'll get him out. It's not over. It's not Jover. Ow. It's not Jover yet. Don't fall again, please. Please, bro. We've been through so much. Yeah, there we go. So this is roughly the size, and then we get another one out of it. Not quite the same, but it's like close. You're seeing like my cross-section vision, right? I have a vision for the cross-section of this meat log. And then I think we split the Vienna sausages, and these go, fuck. And then these go all the way around. These will go like this. And they'll go, the how we get it to hold together while we like roll it, that's like maybe a different scenario here. I have 2 packages of this, by the way. Not to brag or anything. I got 2 packages of the salami. This is it. Okay, hang on. We split these guys. These are gonna be the bits that like wrap around, and I hope that we have enough salami to wrap it. It's gonna be a pretty thick log, I think. I bet he has done this before, and it's his favorite food. You bet incorrectly. You lose. Good day, sir. Trust the Vienna sausage, okay? I'm using restraint and not adding another Big Mama's sausage to this. I could add another. Oh baby, this is gonna be great. And then hang on. It's also, there's like at least 3 animals in this center log. So we're actually upping the fanciness of the dish because it's got like turducken-like values. It contains like some mystery components of beef, chicken, pork. No, don't come split apart. Oh yeah, baby. Smooth as hell. No, don't fall apart. Please hold together. 3 animals all in sausage form. Literally, yes. Wrapping cling wrap to rest. You're right. This needs to go in the fridge, wrapped in cling wrap. Because that's typically what you do when you wrap the beef. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's our mystery meat log. Let's get that in the fridge, and let's take out of the fridge our puff pastry. Oh, baby, it's set up nicely. You love to see it. Let's see, what is that pastry dough made of? It's made of butter, which they sold at 7-Eleven, and ground up, like, toasted White Castle buns. Don't worry about it. It does camouflage into the kitchen counter really well. But don't worry, we're gonna make sure that it shines in this recipe. Oh no, it's not holding together very well. Can I flour my rolling pin with real flour, or do I have to not? It is literally, you can flour it? Alright. Because, like, I don't have any more breadcrumbs, man. We'll say that I had, like, a tablespoon of flour, but I didn't have, like, enough to make a puff pastry for narrative purposes. Dude, it literally blends, like, directly into the fucking countertop. So I'm gonna roll it to, like, its longest and thinnest form on the saran wrap, just so that we can fucking move it around afterward, because I feel like it's very crumbly. Oh, fuck. It's tearing it apart! Is this even, like, visible? It's literally... Alright, we didn't have mushrooms for the pate, but here's our White Castle burger and onion pate. This is actually, like, Gym Bros, take note. This shit's gonna be maybe the biggest protein bomb ever fucking conceived. You're getting like 30, 40 grams of protein, your entire, like, week's worth of sodium, unholy amounts of carbohydrates. Alright, it sounded less good as time goes on. There's our meat log, and now let's wrap it all up in a nice bow. Like a big burrito. Dude, it's looking like a cohesive thing, which I know that's not saying a whole lot, but I was definitely having doubts when we were making it that it was gonna end up, like, holding together at all. Now look at this thing. That's a fucking log. I'm going to cook it in my, like, little tabletop toaster oven because it's going to preheat a lot faster. But I'll do it at, like, the temp of a beef Wellington. So do, like, 325 for, like, 20 minutes or so. What are you going to brush it down with? Dog, I'm not brushing it in butter. You're out of your damn mind. Alright, let's put this guy in the oven and see what happens. I'm hoping and praying that it holds its form. That's my hope. Oh wait, fuck, is it not gonna fit in the toaster oven? Now, drop the rack down to its lowest setting. It like barely, it literally just fits. All right, Tim, let's roast this thing at like 350's fine. Do it for 20 minutes. We'll see what it's at the 20-minute mark. Here's what I'm thinking for dessert, okay? We have these sweet maple walnuts. Sweet maple walnuts, and then I got a few different chocolates. The Dove is probably the best quality. I have a Hershey bar in here somewhere. Hershey bar. I'm thinking you melt chocolate on nuts. It's delicious, right? So we just make like glob of melted chocolate on parchment paper, put nut on top, we're golden. But maybe we could elevate this by putting it on like a potato chip or something. I think the best side with a beef Wellington would be mashed potatoes, which we could make by cooking down the potato chips in this Utz bag. I think if we crunched a bunch up and mixed water with them, we could cook them down into a mashed potato. I think it'd be funny. Wouldn't it? All right, Father, forgive me for the food sins I'm about to commit. It's weird because it almost is starting to look like mashed potatoes, except it's fucking brown. Looks like the day-old leftover mashed potatoes. Also, they're fucking sticking to the pan? Normal mashed potatoes don't fucking stick to... Maybe I do need butter in this. Chuck in butter, it will make it... It's already like a fucking fat nuke of mashed potatoes, though. These things have been thin cut and fucking deep fried, man. You tell me I gotta add butter to it just for the flavoring potential? I imagine I don't gotta add salt. It's probably salty as hell. What does this taste like, actually? That is surprisingly bland. And also does not taste like a mashed potato at all. Oh, baby. This is gonna be what actually elevates this. This cheese is weird. This cheese has a really odd consistency to it. It makes it hard to grate. Hey man, this is starting to look like a real food, right? This looks like some shit you'd see on Scrandal that they served in the Manchester United Stadium for £650. There's only 10 seconds left on the Wellington. I'm so ready to see... Move this out of the way, because I can set the Wellington here when we pull it out. Oh, baby, what do we got? Oh, no. Oh, no, dude. It did not. The bread completely melted. It's completely gone. What do you do now, man? Hang on, we gotta reconstitute this shit. We can save this. Just a few more minutes in the oven. Scoop this shit back on top. A few more minutes in the oven. It'll be good as new. We can save it. We can still save it. Here's how Wellington can still win. I will say the Vienna sausages look a lot more appetizing ever since getting fucking cooked like this. This is failure incarnate. This ain't failure. We're still gonna fucking eat it. I can tell you that right now. It did reduce a lot in size. I do not know why. Do we bread it with the yakisoba? We're a little past the point of re-breading it. It's already had like a decent amount of time in the oven. I don't like that you can see the bright red wiener in the middle. Time to work on the dessert. Now we're going for a real nice, let's grind these up into a fine powder. Wellington looked like someone already ate it. All right, listen, wise guy. I'm always getting smart ass shit like this. How much is this? Is this a full cup? This ain't even half a cup. Okay. They're very greasy already. You could probably don't even need butter. I think you could compress this into a crust all on its own merit. Alright, hang on. Look at that. Not a graham cracker crust, it's a potato chip crust, but it's still gonna kick ass, I think. Let's use this king-size Hershey bar. I think if anything, this is proving how easy it is to fucking bullshit a dessert. But I feel like this one is gonna be... I feel like this one's just gonna be good, man. then add these candied walnuts in. Oh, baby. Let's throw it in. The Wellington is done. Let's pull it out and let it rest. What's it look like now? Looks, yeah, okay. That looks like edible, maybe. The fact that it's swimming in butter is not helping. It's really not helping the appearance, for sure. So let's throw this in. All right, the puff pastry may have not worked out quite like we wanted. Mmm, baby. Oh, it's so hot. Ow, fuck, ow. All right, hang on, let me get a plate. Oh, no, brother. Ooh, that's hard to pick up. You know what? I'll take the front half, too. Why not? And then we can fit. Do we fit the dessert on the same? No, that should be on like its own separate plate. Yeah. Let's get a little more potatoes. You know, don't be shy, son. Let's leave the dessert to finish out. Let's take this downstairs to eat. The center meat is made out of a mix of rehydrated beef jerky, Vienna sausages, pickled sausages, and chicken sausages. The, pate is made from, frozen White Castle burger patties and onions. The wrap around it is made from salami that was wrapped around mozzarella sticks. Then, the mashed potatoes. So, I rehydrated, potato chips. I cooked them down, I mashed them up, cooked them down with water, add a little bit of butter, some salt and pepper. Well, no salt, because it already had salt. But I added some pepper, and then I shredded the mozzarella sticks into a cheese. So these are delightful cheesy potatoes. Let's give it a try. Cheers. That is unbelievably salty. I'm not gonna lie. If I scoop this out of a big burning crock pot at a church potluck, I'd eat my helping. Would I ever make this willingly? Hell no. How's just like individual parts taste? Like just Vienna sausage. It tastes better than the Vienna sausage when it's not cooked in butter and bread and other shit. There's some salami on there too. That one is, ew. Dude, the sausage is so bad. The big sausage is a no-go. That shit should not be in here. The Vienna sausages and the ground up White Castle burgers, not bad. The beef jerky still tastes like beef jerky. Let's see how the potatoes turned out. The texture is appalling, but maybe it tastes good. No. Wow, that's kind of like, I thought this one had the higher chance of being, I'll try another. I thought this one had the better chance of being like decent. It's so shiny, it's so greasy. Nah, dude, it tastes like bad potato chips. You can't even tell that the cheese is in it. It's like dripping with grease. It's actually worse than this. Cut out the red sausage and maybe even the beef jerky. I'd rather eat a big thing of this than this. I don't want to eat any more of this. It's actually, also the texture is appalling. And not just because it looks like spackle right now. It's like rubbing it between your tongue and the roof of your mouth. It's like grainy and mealy. But finally, we have the dessert, which I'm just gonna eat straight out the pan like a heathen. This is candy nuts melted chocolate bar on a potato chip crust. I feel like this one, well, that potato chip crust did not hold together. I imagine it's because it's still warm, too. Do I want to wait 30 minutes for it to cool? Not really. Let's just fucking try it. Oh, baby. This is actually good. Of course it is. It's sweet. It's salty. It's got chocolate and nuts. The nuts on their own are really good, so, like, covering them in chocolate and salty, buttery potato chip, it only helps. You made prison food? You can get good food at the 7-Eleven. They sell, like, hot chicken tenders and shit. I just simply chose to be a menace to society. Cheers to that.